So we've tried a lot of things on this one. This is What the Bleep Have You Done for the Label. We tried some list baity things. Nobody cared. So I just wanted to do Escapist Fun because we talked about the 800-pound gorilla. We're gonna move. I'm just not gonna talk about it anymore. It's over. So I want to talk to you guys about. Let's talk about the record contract. Let's talk about how this works, and then we need to talk about how we're gonna do this record. So.
Indeed.
So the way the contract works is everybody who's involved splits it evenly after I recoup some costs. The contract is going up on GetOffMyLawnRecords.com. I want the whole audience to be able to read the contract. I want to do this as transparently as I can, short of sales numbers. I don't want you to know how well anybody's doing or not doing because that's none of your business. So, but at the same time, if we're doing great, then it's totally everybody's business. But, but right now, it's none of your business. So we're gonna split everything. I have costs to recoup when I manufacture things, and then we're gonna have to record. We'll record to tape, and there will be some cost on that. But so tell me about this project, and then let's figure out how many tapes we're gonna need and who's gonna be involved.
Yeah. So basically, most of this year, I've been writing and just working on what started as just a set of 3 tunes that I was kind of thinking of as a continuous piece.
Okay.
And now it's evolved into something a little more eclectic.
Okay.
And there's kind of going to be 2 distinct sounds on the record, which is
a side A and a side B.
Possibly a side A and a side B.
Okay.
One's a much more jazz-oriented, a lot more electronic sounds and synth and keyboards and electric guitars and lots of,
yeah, big,
fluffy kinds of sounds.
Sure.
And the other side is going to be much more sparse with a much more Middle Eastern-inspired vibe to it, more acoustic instruments, frame drums, ouds, more of a live acoustic sort of sound.
Right.
More modal things and less like fast moving harmony kinds of things. And
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, it'll be 2 pretty distinct sounds.
Distinct sounds.
Let me tell you about whether or not. Now let's figure out if we can do this as part of the Get Off My Lawn Records Artisan Sound Series. If I can do tapes, tapes have really specific limitations. Mm. When you say continuous, that raises some flags for me. How long are we talking about for these pieces?
For those pieces, it would be... You probably wouldn't go past 20 minutes.
15 is my limit.
Is your limit?
Yeah.
It could probably be in 15.
Okay.
Just like, shortening solos and things like that.
Gotcha. And actually, there's a lot to be said for that, right? Do 2 of those. Mm-hmm. Do 2 15-minute pieces. And then we have side A of a tape.
Yeah.
And then side B, you could do 4 7-minute pieces or whatever, mm-hmm. But it still's got to come out to right at 30.
Yeah.
And I can do them on individual tapes on that one though, so that's easy.
Yeah.
How many people are we talking about? Are you envisioning on the first half?
If the first half is the big fluffy half, that could be a pretty large ensemble.
Sure. And then what we'll do, maybe we got to revisit the language.
Mm-hmm.
Because when somebody plays on a track on your album, right. I want you to split that track with them. Mm-hmm. But if they're only if it's a large group,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we gotta clarify that somehow in the language. Can we work on that this week?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll figure out how to do that. So you're talking about 15 people?
Probably somewhere in that range.
Oh, that's gonna be cozy downstairs.
Oh yeah. And it could be something that we do. I know you want to try to avoid overdubs.
I want to avoid overdubs at all cost.
Yeah. But if, say, there was a, string quartet in part of something, that could potentially be, like the main group could play through something and then we could do that a little bit. But...
And I guess overdubs could work. It's just hard because we're going to film it.
Right.
This part is what's going to make us different. I've got the cameras.
Yeah.
We can do at least 3 cameras at all times.
Yeah. Great.
And maybe Steven can make it, and if not,
When is this?
We don't know yet. We'll schedule it. We're gonna have a meeting. I will have you come in and do the photography for the cover and maybe I can talk you into doing the layout too for the result. And then you'll be compensated as if you had played on every track.
Yeah.
So we just got to figure out how to clarify that in the language, okay?
Okay.
That sounds pretty good. Is it just what's the name of the project you're going to call it?
Probably just go under my name on that one.
Josh Peters.
Yeah.
What do you want to name it?
I'm not certain yet.
Okay.
It's something I'm kicking around. Naming things is very difficult for me.
So right now we're
song titles and album titles and
yeah,
it's all. But
we're going to call it working title.
We're going to call it working title. Yeah.
All right. Working title with Josh Peters. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm really excited. Do you want me to play on it or you just want me to engineer it?
Yeah, there's definitely some spots where I'd thought about having you play on it.
Absolutely. And then it's just one less person to split with.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Ben, you got a project you wanted to talk about. What was your project? You wanted to write some songs?
It's like still kind of in it's just been going along for a while. I used to do this all the time when I was like in college and stuff, as I would write.
You're still in college. Quit lying to the audience.
The undergrad college.
The other college.
Yeah. But I would kind of write tunes, and the stuff I tend to write tends to be sort of like rock and roll, pop stuff, short songs, like inspired by like Beatles and like power pop stuff like Raspberries, Big Star, like 70s kind of stuff.
So now here's what you're going to get to do is I'm totally going to send you this video. You got to actually like write all that shit out for me. See, you got one, I'm taking one. You're going to write all this stuff out for me so I can put tags in the video, but keep going.
Okay. Yeah, well, so I just kind of tend to like write songs and then I'll demo them myself on my computer. Usually I end up using a drum machine because when I go home, my brother's an awesome drummer.
You got a drummer.
But yeah, I haven't gotten him out to Texas yet, so I might need to recruit some cats for the.
You got a drummer.
Yeah, good one too.
Right, it's all a family, right? We're gonna play on everybody's records. You guys are already on Freeform Fridays. One of the things on the contract is everybody's got to come join us on either this podcast or Freeform Fridays.
Nice.
So
yeah, and actually, there's a second project.
Yeah, what's the second one?
It's a little duo I have with a Turkish friend of mine, Ingin.
Okay.
It's called Sounds in Between. He plays fretless guitar, and I play oud.
I feel so left out. Okay.
And yeah, we were.
You want to cut?
We want to cut something with you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
And
you want to just do live in a room kind of?
Yeah, just live in a room kind of thing. But
just let me know when.
I think he'd be great to bring in on the Freeform thing.
Yeah, the next one will be January 2nd. So I'm almost sure of it. I got to look at the calendar.
Yeah.
But I'm ramping up for January 2nd. We've got them. We just finished them. Well, I've got 3 more I was showing you guys. Yeah. This Kenny Dorm's backyard. I put up a video this week on the jazz. Did I put it up on the Jazz Destroyers? I think I did. Put your hand up. I'll put a card on it. It's called Diverse Arts Culture Works, a Call to Action. Because remember at the end we did where Harold talked about it, so I put together a fundraising video for him.
Nice.
And we put that up. So that's the stage, and that's what these are going to look like. But we've got a few in the queue from your previous session from 6. And Ben, you were playing on the Kenny Dorham session. So eventually you'll start seeing Ben show up in the Freeform Fridays again, too. And cool. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. And are you talking about, so you want to do, you're going to have to build a band from scratch is what you're telling me.
Yeah, for my personal.
Yeah, and Ben, too.
Yeah. Usually, well, you said you don't like to do overdubs too much.
No.
Usually the way I've always recorded in the past is I get someone else to play drums, and then I do everything else.
I know.
So,
I know, but I'm also big on getting you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, no.
And it's in my. So I've been doing this now for 15 years. I was talking to somebody. I think I'm unique in this, in that I'm a maniac in that I've been recording myself as long as I've been playing. So I've learned the lessons of overdubs, and I don't want to make that kind of music. It doesn't sound right. It sounds fake. We're lying to our audience when we do that.
I mean...
Not when you do analog overdub, but especially when you get in there and edit. Mm-hmm. Just capture it. make good music.
Yeah.
Plus, we have no money, so.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to having some real escapist fun for a change. Get off your news feed. Facebook's lying to you. What's next?